Attention business owners, do you know when your office space lease ends? Doesn't matter if you have 100,000 square feet or 500 square feet, knowing your lease end date is one of the most important things you should do in regard to your commercial real estate. Take a look at your lease, talk to your broker, figure out when that date is, and make sure you put it on your calendar and put a couple of reminders, 12 months before lease end, 9 months before lease end, 6 months before lease end. As you see, it's kind of a countdown. You really want to know when your lease is up with some advance notice, and there are several reasons you do not want to get caught unaware when your lease is up. Firstly is planning. Let's say your business is doing great and you need more office space. You want to know that your lease is up in 6 months because you can actually start thinking about moving somewhere to expand and have more space for your business. That's great news. Let's say business is going terribly and you really need to get out of your lease in order to get a little leaner, maybe save some costs. Knowing when that lease end is up is really important because it lets you know how much longer you have to hang in there. It also gives you some context as far as whether you could or should sublease. We can talk about that in another video. It's also really important for negotiating leverage. So when you have a lease and you have 3 months left on your lease, your landlord probably knows that as well. When you have 1 month left on your lease, your landlord definitely knows that. So when it comes time, let's say your office space is perfect, you don't want to move. When it comes time to negotiate, you're going to go to your landlord, and if he knows you only have a month left on your lease, you are going to be really without a lot of leverage because that landlord is going to know you don't really have time to move. So do you think you're going to get better terms if you approach your landlord a month before your lease end, or if you approach your landlord 6 months before your lease end to talk about renewal terms? Obviously, 6 months is going to give you a lot more time to look at the market, really take some steps back to see, is this the best space for you? Is there another building that's a better fit? This is where you're going to want to talk to your commercial real estate broker and get some insight about what you should be expecting on renewal terms. But you cannot wait until last minute, because if you approach your landlord then, you're really going to regret it. Thirdly, you want to know about your lease end date because of potential holdover penalties. It's not in every commercial real estate lease, but some leases will allow you to stay past your lease end date, but that's usually on a month-to-month basis, which is precarious for other reasons. But it often includes a holdover penalty, which means you have to pay 125% or 150% of your regular rent. And that's only if the landlord allows you to do it. You both usually have to mutually consent to that holdover period. If the landlord has another tenant that wants your space, or if there's a neighboring tenant that's growing and needs your space, you might be given a notice to get out of your space. And if you're not aware of when your lease is up, that can catch you by surprise, and that can be a huge problem. So once again, if you take anything away from this video, look at your lease end date, put it on a calendar. If it's coming up, it might be time to talk to a commercial real estate broker. We would be happy to help you here at Carlson O'Connell Commercial Real Estate. Also, if you wouldn't mind, please hit subscribe. I'm going to be putting out one video a week. It's going to be a series to help business owners make informed commercial real estate decisions. We're going to be putting out a video every week. We'd really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be sending out more content in a week.